Hello my YouTube family, Josiah here, or New Gaming. I have a video I'm very proud to bring you today. This is pretty much Maiden does it all. I use some really outrageous, really fun, and hard, and unwieldy weapons. I don't know which one of those is the proper word. But I have all kinds of strength, really high strength, really difficult to use weapons that I showcase me using. And I actually, I don't know, I had one of the highest win rates as far as a PvP session goes to date that I've just had in general. I won, I don't know how many, I didn't actually keep track, I don't actually write it down, but I feel like I won about, I don't know, I won a lot as opposed to how much I lost. It's probably not 90%, it's probably closer to 70, but considering what I was using, you guys will see, I don't want to spoil anything. I start out here with the standard Mighty Maiden Large Club. This is what I've kind of trademarked with her, but there's also a lot of weapons that I'm able to use with her that are a lot of fun. There's some that are super heavy, so I do end up having to mid-roll through a few of these fights, but it wasn't too bad. Here I'm fighting this interesting fellow. He had 2 shields to start with, but he puts one of them away. He's got the dragon torso and head on, so he's a full dragon. I'm not really sure what his strategy was, or why he even had 2 shields equipped, because he just uses his bare hands. Which, when you're a dragon, if you punch with your bare hand, it can do 300 or so damage. It's pretty high, but you have to have the whole set on. So yeah, I'm not sure what this fellow's goal was. Actually, check this out. Boom! I got a hit with emit force. Those are actually very rare, at least for me. I don't see them land very often as far as all the PvP I watch in general. So yeah, this was a really fun session. I really feel like this is going to be a special treat. Well, not a special treat, but this is really going to be enjoyable for you guys to watch, just because I used all kinds of different stuff, and this is some really exciting moments. I don't want to spoil anything. I'm shaking with excitement. No, I just had a Monster Energy drink, to be honest. But I am very excited to bring you guys this. So yeah, let's. I'm just gonna talk a little bit about the fights, I guess. This guy throws on a spell called Power Within, and it does damage to you over time. But I think it increases increases the damage you do in general by a percentage. I'm not sure what it is. I would estimate around 20%, but don't hold me to that because I'm probably wrong. So here I'm using the Great Axe, which is, it's a Great Axe, I think that's the actual type. Look how much damage, oh, look away, I can't look, it's so nasty. He actually died, I didn't expect him to. But this thing was doing 650 plus damage, because I have 40 strength and 30, no, I don't have that high dex. I have 40 strength though, no, 50 strength actually, because I was trying to use Grant with this build originally, but Grant is really unyielding. It's super heavy. Here I'm using one of actually my favorite weapons of all time. This is the Golem Axe. As you can see, when you wield it in one hand and you do the heavy attack, it sends out a projectile that's almost invisible. Really cool. It does a lot of damage too. This axe only does between 400 and 500 for me, but the projectile is very damaging and very lethal. Oh man, this is another one of the really, all these fights are really good, but this is look, check this out. Boom! Double KO. I shot the projectile right in his face and 500 damage because I had the right Tearstone ring active, which increases your damage by 20% when you're below 20% health or something like that. No, actually 50%, I believe. I will look that up and I will put an annotation on screen to correct myself, because I am just throwing out all these numbers and statistics which are probably 100% inaccurate. So yeah, there's another statistic for you guys. My typical inaccuracies, 100%. Here I'm actually using a Crystal Demon Great Machete. I think this thing does 720. I will actually put another annotation on screen because I am just throwing out all kinds of numbers today. But it does a lot of damage. It does 700 damage nearly a hit. And this guy has some pretty decent armor on. He doesn't have leggings on, I don't believe. But it is a monster of a weapon. And I made this just for the fun of it, and it is so damaging. And it actually has pretty decent durability. If you guys don't know, when you make a weapon crystal, it increases all the scaling by a great amount, but it makes the durability 1/10 of the max durability, and it can never be repaired. The crystal weapons can never be repaired, no matter what repair method you go for. So yeah, this thing is doing massive amounts of damage, but my durability is capped pretty low. So that's unfortunate, but I get to have some fun with it before it ends up breaking. But yeah, it's unyieldy, but if you land a hit like you saw, it's very, very punishing. If I were to riposte or backstab, which backstabbing with this thing would make me feel so, so dirty, a riposte would probably do upwards of like 1,500 damage to even some very heavily armored opponents. So yeah, you definitely don't want to get hit by it. You definitely don't want to get riposted, because I don't think many people, you'd have to have probably like above 60 vitality to survive and decent armor. But yeah, I have the red tier stuttering active. This guy's being so, so cautious, and he should be, because if I were to hit him right now with the red tier stuttering active, I would do nearly 1,000 damage just on a swing. If I were to riposte this thing, I would probably kill someone with 99 vitality, to be honest. I almost caught him. Almost. The hitbox almost caught him in the air there, but he managed to get me. I wonder how, if I hit him while he was jumping there with the red tier stuttering active, it would have been so much damage. So this is a fellow that was rather weary of me. I'm not sure why. I didn't make any moves on him, but I'm using the Claymore here. The Claymore is definitely one of the best weapons in the game. I think most people will agree with that. It has a really, I don't know how those are poisoning me. It has a really great moveset, though. Its horizontal swings are really great for punishing backstab fishers, because they'll end up dead angling themselves. It's nice speed. It's just a regular greatsword, not an ultra greatsword or anything like that. It also has really good scaling. I think it scales off of dex and strength. I'm not gonna give some more statistics that I have to correct there. And that actual backstab, it was not intentional, but he actually kind of rolled into where I could backstab him, so that was unfortunate for this individual. Right here, I'm just trying to reset my attack animation in case he goes for a parry, so it'd be hard for him to time it. And I'm trying to get the poison off while I have my rotten pine resin ticking on my Claymore. There's no real reason that I use rotten pine resin other than, you know, I can poison people with it. But I didn't buy any of the other types of pine resin, I just bought rotten, so that's what I was using. I actually managed to poison this individual. He goes into Wrath of the Gods spam. I don't know if people know this, but you can't hit someone while they're down with Wrath of the Gods, but crossbow beats Wrath of the Gods. Crossbow is definitely one of my favorite items. I'm using a heavy crossbow in my offhand. I have been since Mighty Maiden's conception, since I pretty much came up with the idea. And I survived that, even though I had toxic on me. This was a really fun fight. Warning, if you use the Dragon King Great Axe, to win you have to spam the heavy R2 attack. Now, you don't actually, but you have to use it a little bit. You guys will, if you don't know what this thing does, if you wield it in two hands, there it is. Woo! I don't think that was very engaging commentary, and I'm probably going to have to turn that part down a little bit. But you can actually enchant this thing, and it will, that AoE I just did, will actually add ticks of poison to this individual. So yeah, it's definitely something you gotta be careful about. I'm not sure if I do manage to poison him or not, but I'm pretty sure the AoE will do poison. If not, then I understand. It makes sense. But you can enchant this weapon, which is kind of crazy. So I could add like fire to this. Oh my gosh, you could add Dark Moon Blade to this, and this thing would do... Don't do it, please. Please don't do that. That's not cool. That's not fun for anyone if you were gonna one-shot them with a normal swing. It would be rather crazy though. But yeah, this thing is so fun to use, and actually, I had the Wolf Ring on, and I don't get stumbled by him when he hits me, and I turn around and smash him with the heavy attack. Oh my gosh, that clip was so awesome. I enjoyed it thoroughly, and I also had my red tier starting to activate there. This is the last of the fights. This is a really unyieldy weapon. It is. I actually do. Have quite a bit of fun with it though, so I'll throw this fight in here. With this weapon, it has an attack similar to the Dragon King Great Axe, but the AoE is much smaller. But you can actually chain. You know how the Snow Knights that actually drop this, you know how they smash X into the ground and then they'll pick it back up and make a crater? You do something like that, but it's much smaller, unfortunately. I wish it was a little bigger. I actually smashed this guy into the ground and do it. I really wish that attack would hit people on the ground. That would be so fun. But yeah, that was really cool. That was kind of the shining moment of this fight. I don't really do much else too special, but I did manage to smash him into the ground with the heavy attack, and that was a good time for me. I can't believe I didn't hit him. I got so close. If I had hit him right there at the end with the red tier stone act, I might have won. But love you guys. Yosh, damn it. God bless.